Evil. It's a word that sends a chill through the body the moment you hear it. And the strange thing is, even if we can't perfectly define it, we feel it. Not with our eyes, but with our instincts. That quiet tightening in the chest. That sense that something is off, even when everything on the surface looks fine. Because evil rarely walks toward you wearing a mask you can recognize. Most of the time, it hides behind the friendliest smile in the room, a gentle voice, a seemingly harmless face. It wears kindness like a costume, not to connect with you, but to get close enough to control you. And here's the part that unsettles most people. Evil doesn't live only in dark alleys or dangerous places. No, it lives in the places we trust the most, in schools and spiritual spaces, in the homes of people we share meals with, laugh with, and believe in. Sometimes it sits right across the table from us, pretending to care. But something powerful happens the moment you finally see through the disguise. When you recognize the truth behind that polished exterior, when your intuition whispers, something about this person isn't right, the game changes. Evil doesn't quietly retreat when it's exposed. It reacts, and its reaction is never random. Instead, it shifts into a new form: subtle manipulation, psychological tricks, unpredictable behavior designed to confuse you, intimidate you, and pull you back under its control. Evil tries to regain its power without ever raising its voice. The Stoics understood this long before our time. They taught that the world is full of masks, and the wise must learn to see beneath them. They believe that clarity, calm, and self-control are our greatest weapons, especially when we're dealing with those who thrive on deception. And that's exactly what this video is about. Today, we're going to break down 7 specific behaviors evil people use the moment they realize you've uncovered their true nature, illuminated through the timeless lens of Stoic philosophy. Because once you can identify these behaviors, something remarkable happens. You stop reacting emotionally, you stop doubting yourself, and you start protecting your peace with unshakable strength. So let's dive in, not with fear, but with complete clarity, and face the darkness the way a Stoic would: calm, focused, unmoved. SIGN number 1. The strange feeling. Have you ever walked into a room, met someone new, or stood next to a certain person, and suddenly something inside you whispered, something's not right? You can't explain it. There's no evidence, no conflict, no obvious reason. Just a strange tension in the air, a heaviness and uneasiness, like your intuition is tapping on your shoulder, telling you to pay attention. That feeling is not random, because long before your mind can analyze danger, your body can sense it. Your energy reacts to the energy of others, especially when someone around you has hidden intentions, a manipulative nature, or a darker side they don't want you to see. And here's the part most people miss. The moment someone like that realizes you sense them, everything changes. Their smile becomes intentional. Their questions become personal, probing, not because they care, but because they're scanning you, looking for weaknesses, gathering information. They suddenly pay attention to your routines, your reactions, your relationships. And if that person is truly toxic, or even worse, a covert manipulator, they might start monitoring you, shifting their attitude, or spreading subtle rumors to see how you respond. Maybe you've experienced this with a coworker who used to ignore you, but the moment you stood your ground, they switched into detective mode, watching you closely, questioning others about you, even trying to paint a different version of you behind your back. Or maybe it was someone in your family or a friend you once trusted, who suddenly felt threatened the moment they realized you could see through them. The Stoics had a powerful lesson for moments like this. Epictetus said, "We are not disturbed by things, but by the views we take of them." And this is where your power truly lies, because manipulation thrives on your reaction. Toxic people feed on your fear, your confusion, your emotional outbursts. But the moment you stay calm, truly calm, their influence loses its grip. When you choose not to panic, not to overthink, not to let your imagination run wild, that strange energy they project can't touch you. Your clarity becomes your shield. Your emotional control becomes their weakness. So the next time you feel that subtle warning, that strange vibration inside your chest, don't ignore it. And don't overreact, acknowledge it. Observe what changes around you. Watch how people shift when they realize you're not as easy to read as they thought. Because sometimes your intuition is the first and strongest sign that someone's intentions are not aligned with your peace. Stay aware, stay grounded, and most importantly, stay calm. When your mind is steady, even the darkest energy can't shake your inner light. Saigen number 2, lies that protect more lies. Here's something we all learn the hard way. A lie is never just a lie. It's a doorway, and once someone steps through it, they start building an entire maze to hide what's on the other side. Toxic people, manipulators, and those with questionable intentions, they don't simply lie, they weave, they construct. They create a web so tangled that even they forget what's real and what isn't, and every time you get close to the truth, they don't stop, they simply add another layer on top. Research shows the average person tells 1 or 2 small lies a day, little social lies like, I'm fine or I'm on my way, harmless, and often meant to avoid discomfort. But people with darker motives, they lie for a very different reason. They lie to protect interests, to cover up wrongdoing, to manipulate outcomes, and most importantly, to maintain control. And here's the most dangerous part. When you catch them, they never admit it. Instead, they double down. They rewrite the story. They blame circumstances, blame timing, blame misunderstandings, or even worse, they blame you. Maybe you've experienced this before? You lend money to a close friend, someone you trusted, someone who promised it was for something important. But later you discover the truth, they spent it on something irresponsible, maybe even destructive. And when you gently question them, suddenly there's a brand new story. A long explanation that somehow makes you look demanding, insensitive, or unreasonable. They redirect. They twist the narrative. They turn their mistake into your problem. That's what manipulators do. They build a castle out of lies and expect you to live inside it with them. But the Stoics taught something powerful that protects you from this chaos. They reminded us, truth is stronger than falsehood. Stay calm, and the truth will reveal itself. And it's true. Lies only work when they provoke a reaction, when they make you emotional, angry, confused, or defensive. When you lose your center, their story gains control. But when you stay steady, when you keep your voice calm, your mind clear, your emotions grounded, that entire web starts to fall apart. Because lies require energy, effort, maintenance, and calmness exposes what deception tries so hard to hide. So if you ever find yourself dealing with someone who keeps shifting their story, who can't give a straight answer, who always needs one more explanation, recognize the sign? You're not dealing with someone who made a mistake. You're dealing with someone protecting something they don't want you to see. And in those moments, don't argue, don't chase, don't fight their fiction. Just stand firm in truth. Because in the end, lies collapse. But the truth, no matter how long it takes, always stands. SIGN number 3. They only show up when they need something. One of the clearest signs of a manipulative or self-serving person is this. They appear in your life like clockwork, but only when they need something. And the moment you need help, support, or even a simple callback, they vanish like smoke. We've all met people like this. People who treat relationships like vending machines, put in just enough kindness to get what they want out of you, then walk away without a second thought. And for a long time, you might even mistake their presence for friendship, loyalty, or care, until you start noticing the pattern. They're not interested in you. They're interested in your usefulness. When you finally see through that pattern, when you realize, hold on, this person only comes around when something benefits them, something interesting happens. They don't apologize with sincerity. They don't admit the truth. Instead, they show up with the same predictable script. I'm sorry, I was going through a lot. I didn't mean to disappear. I promise things will be different. But listen closely. The apology isn't really about healing the relationship. It's about resetting the cycle so they can continue taking. Think about a coworker who always needs your help right before a deadline, your skills, your time, your generosity. But when you're the one drowning in tasks, somehow they're suddenly busy, not available, or didn't see the message. And then when they realize you've caught on, They return pretending to care, offering excuses polished enough to sound believable, but their behavior tells the real story. They're not there to support you, they're there to benefit from you. The Stoics gave us a powerful reminder for moments like these. Don't waste time debating what a good person should be. Be one. That means this: don't let their selfishness turn you bitter. Don't let their behavior push you into becoming someone cold or distrustful. Your character is yours, their character is theirs, and the distance between the two is your freedom. So when someone walks out of your life the moment you stop being useful to them, don't call it a loss. Call it clarity. Because here's the truth: someone who leaves when you have nothing to offer was never a real part of your life to begin with. And someone who only values you for what you give is not someone you should keep close. Sometimes the disappearance of the wrong person is actually the arrival of peace. It's not abandonment, it's liberation. And once you understand that, you no longer chase people who only show up when it benefits them. You save your energy, your kindness, and your loyalty for those who show up even when there's nothing in it for them. Sign number 4, they make you feel stupid. There's a certain kind of person who doesn't attack you directly. They attack your confidence. Not with shouting, not with insults, but with subtle little jabs designed to make you question yourself. It often starts with simple phrases like, "Why didn't you see that sooner? Why would you even do that? You really thought that was a good idea?" At first, you might brush it off. Maybe they're just blunt, maybe they're having a bad day. But over time, something begins to shift inside you. You start replaying their words in your mind. You start wondering whether you're the one who is wrong, whether you're not as capable as you thought. And that's exactly the trap. Manipulative people use this tactic for one purpose: to make you doubt your judgment so they can influence you more easily. If they can make you feel uncertain, they can make you rely on them, their opinions, their approval, their perspective. It's a slow erosion of self-trust. Maybe you've met someone like this, a new friend, a coworker, someone you started dating, who always finds a way to criticize your decisions, share an idea. They mock it, celebrate an accomplishment, they belittle it. Ask for advice? They make you feel foolish for not already knowing the answer. And here's the thing, it's never about helping you grow. It's about shrinking you just enough so that they feel bigger. This tactic is powerful because it's subtle. It doesn't leave bruises, it leaves doubts. And doubts can chain you far more effectively than any physical force. But the Stoics taught something timeless that cuts straight through this manipulation. You control your mind, nothing and no one can belittle you unless you allow it. That means your worth is not determined by someone else's criticisms. Your intelligence is not measured by their sarcasm or their judgment. Your value does not depend on anyone's approval. The moment you realize this, truly realize it, something incredible happens. Their words lose their power. Their opinions stop affecting your decisions. Their attempts to make you feel small bounce off you like pebbles thrown at a mountain. Because clarity destroys manipulation. And confidence, real, grounded confidence, makes you untouchable. So, if someone in your life consistently makes you feel inadequate, if every conversation with them leaves you doubting your abilities, recognize the sign. It's not honesty. It's not tough love. It's control disguised as concern. You don't need people who dim your light just to make theirs look brighter. Walk away from anyone who treats your confidence as a threat. And walk with the truth the Stoics left us. Your mind is yours, and no one gets to make you feel small without your permission. Sign number 5. They reinvent their image to manipulate you. One of the most subtle, yet most dangerous, behaviors of manipulative people appears the moment you finally see their true nature. You might expect them to apologize, to take responsibility, to show even a hint of honesty, but they don't. Instead, they reinvent themselves. They build a brand new story, a new version of their life, their past, their intentions, all designed to make you question the truth you already know. And suddenly you start wondering, maybe I misunderstood. Maybe they're not as bad as I thought. Maybe I judged too quickly. That is exactly what they want. When their mask cracks, they reach for the quickest tool they have, a new narrative. Not to repair the relationship, but to restore their control. This new narrative often comes wrapped in emotional packaging, a tragic childhood, a painful betrayal, a heartbreaking struggle that no one else truly understands. And while real pain deserves compassion, these individuals weaponize their stories to blur your perception. Their suffering becomes their shield, a way to make you feel guilty for calling out their behavior. You've probably seen it before. Imagine someone caught lying, cheating, or manipulating. Instead of owning up, they tell you, "You don't know what I've been through. If you understood my past, you'd see why I did that. I'm not the villain, I'm the victim." Suddenly, the conversation shifts. You no longer discussing what they did, you discussing how you should feel about their past. The spotlight moves from their actions to their excuses, and before you realize it, you're comforting the person who harmed you. That is manipulation at its finest. This tactic works because it targets the most human part of us, empathy. And empathy, when misused by the wrong people, becomes a doorway for them to re-enter your life and regain influence over your thoughts. But the Stoics left us a profound reminder. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Your thoughts shape your reality. Your perception creates your truth. And manipulators know this. That's why they try to repaint your mind with their colors, their stories, their version of events. The moment you let them influence what you think, they influence what you see. And once they control your perception, they control you. But here's the good news. Awareness is power. When someone suddenly rewrites their history after being exposed, recognize the pattern. You're not looking at a confession, you're looking at a strategy. Remain compassionate, but stay grounded. You can acknowledge someone's pain without excusing their behavior. You can understand their past without allowing them to rewrite the present. Trust what you saw, trust what you felt, and trust that your clarity is more important than their story. Because the moment you stop letting others color your mind, their manipulation loses all its power. SIGN number 6. They play innocent, the fake victim act. When a manipulative person finally gets exposed, you might expect anger, denial, or excuses. But surprisingly, the most common reaction isn't rage, it's innocence. Complete, exaggerated, theatrical innocence. Suddenly, they don't know anything. They didn't hear, they didn't see. They had no idea what was happening. And they look at you with those wide, confused eyes as if you're the one who misunderstood everything. They slip instantly into the victim role. "Why didn't you tell me sooner? I didn't mean to do anything wrong. You're taking this the wrong way." And just like that, the conversation shifts from their behavior to your supposed misunderstanding. This tactic is powerful because it hits you right in the heart. It's designed to make you feel guilty, not for what they did, but for calling them out on it. You start questioning yourself. Maybe I overreacted. Maybe they didn't know. Maybe I'm being too sensitive. But look closely. This innocence isn't real. It's a shield, a performance, crafted to protect them from accountability. Think of a friend who constantly takes advantage of your kindness. They borrow money and never repay it. They ask for favors but are never around when you need help. And when you finally confront them, they tilt their head and say, "I didn't know you felt that way. Why didn't you tell me?" In that moment, you're no longer talking about their actions. You're talking about your feelings, your reaction, your sensitivity. They flip the script and make you question the emotions that warned you in the first place. This is how manipulation works, by creating just enough doubt that you no longer trust your own instincts. But the Stoics taught something deeply liberating. No one controls your emotions if you remain the master of how you interpret events. You get to decide what something means. You get to decide whether guilt is justified. You get to decide whether someone's innocence is real or simply convenient. When you hold on to that power, when you ground yourself in clarity, their act falls apart. Their fake confusion no longer moves you. Their victim narrative no longer affects you. And their guilt-inducing questions no longer sway your judgment. Because here's the truth. Someone who is truly innocent seeks understanding. Someone who is pretending seeks control. So the next time someone suddenly becomes confused the moment you confront them, pause, breathe, and trust what you already know. Your instinct spoke for a reason. Your discomfort was not imaginary. And your clarity is not something you owe anyone an apology for. Stay grounded, stay steady, and never let someone's performance make you doubt the truth your heart already recognized. SIGN number 7, psychological manipulation. By the time we reach the 7th and perhaps most insidious sign, we're dealing with something deeper, psychological manipulation. This isn't about obvious lies or fake apologies or disappearing when it's inconvenient. This is about subtle control, cloaked in concern, wrapped in advice that seems caring, even loving. Manipulative people are masters of making you doubt yourself. They offer guidance that isn't meant to help you grow, but to make you dependent, insecure, and ultimately easier to control. Think about it. A parent constantly telling their child, "You're too fragile to handle this on your own," or a partner saying, "You'll never be able to manage the kids without me." At first, it feels protective. It even sounds reasonable, but the effect is devastating. Over time, you start to question your own abilities. You start thinking that without them, you are incapable, vulnerable, maybe even helpless. This is no accident. This is manipulation at its core, planting seeds of fear and self-doubt, so you start believing that they are the only one who can keep you safe. And once that belief takes root, your independence, your confidence, your freedom, they all begin to fade. I've seen it in workplaces, families, even friendships. A colleague offers endless advice saying, "I just want what's best for you," while subtly undermining your decisions. A friend constantly warns you about risks you never considered, nudging you to rely on them instead of trusting yourself. And because we naturally value trust and empathy, it's easy to fall into the trap. But here's the truth the Stoics teach us: self-mastery is freedom. No one can take away your confidence, your judgment, or your peace unless you allow them to. The antidote to manipulation is awareness and boundaries. It's recognizing that their advice, their concern, their care is not always genuine. It's realizing that you are fully capable of making your own choices. And it's learning to say no when their influence starts to cross the line. Setting firm boundaries isn't cruelty, it's self-preservation. It's freedom in action. Because once you understand the tactics, once you name the manipulation, you can step back, breathe, and reclaim control over your mind. You can act from strength instead of fear. So the next time someone tries to subtly undermine your confidence, remember, your power doesn't lie in what they say. It lies in how you interpret it. It lies in your ability to trust yourself. And it lies in your courage to set limits. Manipulation only works if you let it. Stand firm, protect your mind. And remember, freedom begins the moment you refuse to hand over control of your thoughts to someone else. As we reach the conclusion, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've uncovered. We've explored 7 distinct signs that reveal how toxic people react when their true nature is exposed. From subtle vibrations that unsettle your gut to lies piled upon lies, to manipulations designed to make you doubt yourself, these behaviors can shake anyone. But here's the Stoic truth. True power is not in controlling others. It's in controlling yourself. No matter how clever or deceitful someone is, their actions only have the power you give them. Your inner peace, your sense of self, your confidence, these are yours to protect. When you refuse to let manipulation or lies dictate your emotions, you reclaim your freedom. Think about it. Every time a toxic colleague spreads rumors, a manipulative friend undermines your confidence, or someone tries to control you with subtle fear, you have a choice. You can react impulsively, let anger or doubt take over. Or you can pause, observe, and respond from clarity. Stoicism teaches that it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but how we interpret them. Your mind is your fortress, and once you understand that, nothing outside can truly harm you. Protecting your inner world isn't passive. It requires awareness, discipline, and courage. It means setting firm boundaries, speaking up when necessary, and walking away from relationships that drain rather than uplift. It means refusing to hand over control of your emotions to anyone else. And here's the beautiful part. Each time you maintain composure in the face of toxicity, you grow stronger. Every lie you don't react to, every manipulation you see through, every doubt you refuse to internalize, these are victories. They're victories not over someone else, but over the part of life that tries to unbalance you. This is where real freedom lives, in a mind unshaken, a heart steady, a soul anchored in its own values. So, I leave you with this question. Have you encountered these signs in your life? Have you faced someone trying to undermine your confidence, spread deceit, or manipulate your emotions? And most importantly, how did you respond? Share your experiences in the comments below. By telling your story, you not only reinforce your own resilience, but you also inspire others who may be facing similar challenges. Remember, strength isn't about confrontation or retaliation. It's about mastery over yourself. It's about protecting your inner peace, standing firm in your values, and refusing to surrender your freedom to anyone else. So take these lessons from Stoicism to heart. Your real power lies in your reactions, your composure, and your clarity. Hold them close, and you'll find that no matter how toxic the world around you may be, you remain unshakable, calm, strong, and fully in control of your life. Stay resilient. Protect your peace. And never let anyone else define your worth. If this video helped you see through toxic behavior, hit subscribe, share your story in the comments, and turn on notifications for more Stoic lessons on inner strength.